Hello everyone, welcome back from watching the trailer. Hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to move on to my review of Busou renkin. I'm going to rate Busou renkin on characters, story, voice acting performance, soundtrack, and overall view of the show. So, to start you off, the story is about a high schooler who goes to an abandoned warehouse in just behind his school, and he comes across a girl who's about to get attacked by a monster, and he gets stabbed through the chest from saving her, basically. And he meets the girl, introduces he thinks he's dead, basically, but he then wakes up the next day, and he's fine. He doesn't know why, but he moves on his normal day, and he then gets punished by his teacher, and his teacher then attacks him, because he's not a teacher after all, he's a homunculus. Yes, this review is going to involve spoilers, only for the first half of the series. I won't go into later series. And then he meets the girl, comes and helps him defeat the homunculus who's eaten his sister, and she introduces herself as Tokiko Sumora, who announces to him that she is what is known as an alchemist warrior. And then they go on an adventure. They meet several other characters, including Captain Bravo, who is kind of like Tokiko's boss, I suppose you could call him. He's hilarious, he's funny. I'll tell you more about him in the character intro. And then they go on a mission to face a man who was known as the Papillon mask creator. That's as far as I'm going to go, because it's such a good story in that Tokiko has to fight off a homunculus that's trying to turn her into a homunculus, and they find out who the Papillon mask creator is, and they get to fight all different kinds of homunculus. You even see Captain Bravo a few times. And then I won't go into much further detail because the later storyline of the series is so good, I don't want to ruin it. It is very, very good. So moving on to characters, as I said, the main character is a high schooler whose name is Kazuki Muto. Even though he's the protagonist, he does have most of the comedic sides, as like if you watch most series there's always an additional character. It's a comedy side, so like Shakugan no Shana had Marjorie Dora and Marco. He has most of the comedy side of it, but he does have a very serious side, and that transition he has from comedic to funny to serious is very, very good. And his relationship with Tokiko develops later on, which is very, very... It won't spoil anything, but if anyone has watched Busou renkin and you're just watching this out of interest, you know what I'm talking about. So, moving on to Tokiko. Tokiko Sumora is not your average protagonist woman. Most protagonist women in anime series, other than Shakugan no Shana as well, are like, you know, the really girly girl, or, you know, she's serious but she does have funny lines, and she's very, very funny in places, and she develops the storyline well. Unlike most protagonist females, they just annoy the hell out of the plot line sometimes. Moving on from Tokiko, we move on to Captain Bravo, Captain Bravo is what he announces himself as, a warrior chief, but from a certain point of the story you don't actually know who Tokiko and Captain Bravo work for, because I'm trying to avoid spoilers in this episode. If anyone who's watched Busou Renkin before and you're wondering why I'm not saying who they work for, it's because I don't want to spoil it for anyone because it's such a good series. And Captain Bravo is very, very funny. That's all I say. You see, he likes to say bravo all the time. His fighting skills, the fights he's in are consistently good. There's never a non-consistent moment with Bravo, because you have like moments where characters show their weakness and stuff. Okay, Kazuki does as well. Do I want to go into him or not? I will, because I went into Renge for in high school. So there is the Papillon Mask creator. Okay, this is a spoiler for the first plotline, but he does play a very, very huge role and is worth mentioning. Papillon, yes, that is his name later on as well. When he, spoiler alert, give you 2 minutes. If you don't want to know a spoiler, don't listen to this next part. Okay, I'm expecting you all to be gone. Papillon later, after Kazuki's mission fails, he becomes a humanoid homunculus, and which plays a very, very big role later on, but I won't spoil any more. That's a big enough spoiler as it is. And you meet different characters and who he's connected with later on as well. So overall, characters are very good.